Yeah.
What's up? What's up, everyone?
So, boss.
And welcome everyone to the. This is the Fortheboys podcast, a podcast created for, I guess, everyone to share their journey, and also it's a safe place to do that. We have a passion for mental health, a big passion for mental health, and hence this is why this platform is created. I'm Teza.
I'm speaking second.
And the One For You show.
Whether you're watching live stream or listening to our podcast, thank you for joining us. Thank you for tuning in.
Also, quick disclaimer: we are not professionals. It's going to be very quick. We're not professionals. We took on experiences and and just discussion based. So yeah, let's tune in and fire some questions. Let's go. Turn on your mic, Terry.
Flip, always something going on. That's exactly it. We always go off our experiences. We may not have all the experience in the world, but I guess with the amount of people joining in with chat and previous guests or guests that are about to join, we use that as a base. And not all the time we're going to get it right. Not every episode we're going to get it right, but like we said, we're not professionals. We are not professionals, man. So again, we're gonna be running it back with a previous guest. The good thing about bringing in guests is that it opens up another, what would you say, dimension, or another a road or path that we haven't been on. So our guest that we're gonna bring on, he's one of a long time, I guess, viewer. He's tuned in basically nearly all our
He's
episodes.
not a guest now. He's part of the furniture.
He's part of the furniture. Yeah, I should have said that at the beginning.
Part of the panel. We haven't told him.
And Loki, part of the admin. We still haven't told him. Yeah. So this one of the usos that we're gonna bring on. Man, we love him to bits, and we always enjoy his input on our chat. So better yet, we might as well just bring him into the show. So what's up,
Let's
Uso?
bring him on.
Here we go.
Hello,
What's up,
Lance.
lads?
What's up, boys?
Lance,
Good to see you guys again. Still can't believe I'm in front of the camera again, you bulls.
Hey, this guy.
Thanks for having me on.
How's it going?
Good, man. Good, really good. Even better now. So, once we get into our discussions for today, it'll be interesting to share what happened just over the last weekend.
Very interesting, and a post that you've put up. Was it this week or when it happened? It was, I guess, to experience it is another thing. I guess for Lance to experience it, but to see it happening in the world, it's the norms, but it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Shouldn't be part of it. It shouldn't be. But before we move on, again, Lance, thank you for jumping on. Like you said, you don't really like jumping in front of the camera, but like what Ricky Rose said, the second, welcome to the admin team.
Last time. Otherwise, you guys start having to pay me now.
Yeah. So I don't want to. I've read the post, and it's for a poly person to go through the experience that Lance and his family did. It's shaming. It's shaming to see, not on like your behalf, but on how you've been treated. But I'll let Lance. I'll let you take the reins and talk to everyone about your experience, bro.
Yeah, it wasn't. So over the weekend, we actually were celebrating my dad's 85th birthday at the house, and then so me and my sister, my little brothers, and my other cousins, we decided to go to Sky City and go to Andy's bar, chill out and have a beer and just watch the game. And it was all good for like a couple of hours. We were there, and then when the game finished, not long after the game finished, and we were ordering drinks, and there's 8 of us ordering drinks, and we had dinner there as well. And then, like, out of the blue, the waiter comes in and comes up to me and he goes, "Oh, hey man, you the one paying the bill?" And I was like, "Yep." And then he said to me, in front of my family as well, he said, "Oh, we need you to come settle it because it's getting a bit high." Like, in front of everyone. So, like,
And just to paint a picture, you as well as your family, is 8 of you all together, or 9 of you guys, and was the bar or the area like packed, or?
Yeah, it was packed, man. It was just starting to empty out because of the game had finished, but there were still people coming in. So yeah, we weren't rowdy, we weren't drunk. We weren't causing a fuss or being loud or anything like that. We were super chill. And then it was pretty sad when I was shocked. So when he came to me and he goes, "Oh, can you settle the bill because it's getting a bit high?" I was actually like in my brain going, "What the fuck?" Like, we're still having drinks. And we weren't done. We were still chilling out. We're still having drinks, still having a good time, having a chat and stuff like that, and still watching some of the other games that were coming up. And then I just sat there. I was in shock, so I just sat there and I thought about it. And then I decided just to go to the bar to check out what they said was, or what they mean by high. So I was thinking, they're going to tell me it's like $700 or $1,000 or whatever the case may be, right? I got up there and it was only 300.
Like, you would automatically assume, oh shit, like it's over the 1,000. That's what you think is high. But sorry, bro. Sorry for cutting you off.
No. Jump in anytime, man. So I was thinking it was heading towards like $1,000. And then I went up to the bar and I said, "Oh, how much is the bill currently for our table?" And the guy at the bar was like, "Oh, $350." And I was like, me and my wife actually went up. And my wife, for 8 of us.
8 of you.
So 8. That's not even $50 per person that we're owing so far.
Fucked up,
That's
bro.
That's something like $43, which is a standard meal and drinks for 8, like, per person, right? Yeah, so I was like, and my wife was shocked because she was like, "What the hell? Like, only $350 for 8 of us." Anyway, so straight there, I paid the bill. I didn't react, so I left it and I said, "Okay," I paid it. Went back to the table, and I was still in shock. I was still a bit quiet. I could feel myself like getting a little bit annoyed, but I was really disappointed. Actually, for my family members that were there, because the thing is, and we had a discussion about this during the week with some of the boys. Like, imagine if it wasn't me. And it was other islanders that were getting treated like that. Essentially, that's racial profiling, right? I'm not the sort of standard islander that will walk away and do nothing or say nothing. So I made a complaint on Tuesday, and they came back. To their credit, the manager came back. And said, we're really apologetic that shouldn't have happened. Like, we don't have a policy to check up on, regardless of what the amount is. There's no policy to ask the customer pay
Especially-
the bill because it's high.
Especially in SkyTel, where there's people like the what do you call it?
Bruh.
Having the tab open is normal, especially in an environment like that. But
Yeah.
to have an exception that night because you've seen, and I'm going to put it bluntly, Islanders drinking, and the amount of, the money that you've spent, to them, they've actually said that you don't have the amount you don't have enough money, so pay it off now so you can keep drinking. That's basically what they're saying, which is just fucking bullshit, man.
Yeah, so so that's what happened over the weekend. It was quite disappointing. Like I came home, and the boys actually came to my fiance's house afterwards. But I went home because I was just too disappointed, too pissed off to do anything else. But I was thinking, like, it just made my family feel like shit. Like, made us feel a little bit poor and inadequate, and like by asking us to pay the bill before we were actually done. And we could have just kept racking up the bill, and we would have been easily able to pay whatever bill it was.
To be honest, it's business for them. I mean, in their best interest, they should have just basically kept their mouth shut and just accepted the business that was coming their way. Because I've been out with Lance, and it's just enjoy the company. I think when you have, it's bad enough that we don't go out. COVID's around, so you barely go out. So the one time you do go out, and then you get treated like this or made to sit there and feel like this, I think that's just real shit, man. To be honest, like Lance said, it wasn't even $50 between the 8 of them each. But they're just I haven't been quite put into one of those situations, but I do know where Lance is coming from. I've had a little taste of that feeling before, and it's shit, man.
Anyone in that situation will feel, I guess, angry, because that's the reaction you're going to get, because automatically shit, fuck, they think we don't have enough money to go and settle it now before they can't pay it. That's basically what they're saying. And the environment shouldn't, or whoever turns up to the bar shouldn't be or made to feel that way. And what do you call Muffy was saying, you don't have to be Lance, or you don't have to be myself, or you don't have to be Muffy. You shouldn't be treated like that. Basically, like full stop. You shouldn't be treated like that.
Yeah. So I had a chat with the manager this just before we started this podcast, and he was really apologetic, which I'm happy about. So I'm at ease with what he said. He said, we need to train our people better. So he was like, thank you for the constructive criticism, because without it being constructive, we probably wouldn't be able to do anything. But because I took the time to articulate what happened, now they have some data to be able to make those decisions and refine their training program and talk to their staff about what's policy and what's not, and what they did was wrong and they shouldn't have done it. So yeah, that's a good outcome for me. So I'm happy with that.
And credit.
It's like, I think in this instance, you're kind of glad it was Lance that it was done to you, because you're talking about someone who's educated, not just not one of our aunties or uncles who has English as a second language.
Yeah, the reaction would have been,
and can't really react like the way that they like we would. So it is it's a win, like to be able to what do you call it? To fight back the way that Lance did, and not how we usually would, which is tear the place apart, shut the Sky City down over $350.
Yeah, exactly right.
But yeah, it's.
Uncle, can I please have yogurt?
Sorry, guys. The kids are
Shout out to the family at the background. Let's go.
Sorry, guys. I got my family up from Waihi. They joined me.
Nice.
Nice. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but you're right though, Tess. Like, it's probably better that it happens to me, rather than someone who doesn't know how to handle themselves, or not. Sorry, that came out wrong. Probably someone that's not as experienced as me in handling some of those situations. Like, don't get me wrong, man. I was still gutted. Like this whole week, I even dropped back at the house just to check on my cousins and my brothers, and yes, and one of my little brothers were like, it's just the little things that islanders get treated differently in. You know, like if we think about the Asian hate that's going on at the moment, or the Black Lives Matter, it's not big things like that happen to us. It's the small, subtle, like real discreet shit that
100%.
happens to us.
100%.
But that's what holds us back.
Mm.
And I thought he was on point when he said that. When my little brother said that, and I was like, yeah, absolutely, it's the little stuff. But it's the little stuff that that makes us not go out, not spend money, not experience different things because we're too scared of how we're going to be judged, right?
Mm.
And how we're going to be treated or mistreated in this case.
It's 100%, bro. And I've had a few experiences like that, especially going into restaurants. And the way you handled it is, yeah, like what you did. You're real educated, you're calm, and you took time. You know, and time is the best thing you could have because you planned out everything. You know, and the way you, I guess, took on Andy's Burger or the Sky City is, and you got the result that you wanted.
Mm.
But just imagine you could be just 5% of the people that actually do that, and you have people out there. The reaction is different. They will act with physical violence or whatever. You know, just they would have trashed down the bar, like Muffy said. So, just going back to having your family there. How did you talk to your cousins and get how they felt at the time?
Oh, bro, they came to my house afterwards.
They came to this guy's house,
and they weren't happy at all. So, yeah, like firsthand, I saw their faces when they were explaining it to me. Yeah, they weren't happy at all. They were still like bummed, really. I mean, I would be too. Like my family get together or gathering did get cut short just because some manager thought it would be the way he was, and said things that or be treated the way you were treated. So yeah, like it was good that I got the boys over after a shitty experience because we had a good catch up. We just hung out, had a laugh. But
I heard Lance went home to punch the punching bag.
Most probably did.
Kicking the tree outside. Don't do it.
Oh man. No, I was really gutted for my family. Like, obviously I was cut, like with how we got treated, but I was like, my family didn't need to hear that or see that or experience that.
Yeah, man.
Because just being challenged like that, or not challenged, but like just being asked the question, or can you, like that, those words will never ever escape me ever again. Like, can you pay the bill, or can you settle the bill because it's getting high? Who says that? And it wasn't even that high for 8 people.
I mean, let's just say in another instance there was 8 people in suits who walked in with briefcases, who looked like they were having a corporate meeting, to be interrupted just to go and clean.
They wouldn't even be touched.
Do you know what I mean?
They wouldn't even be touched.
There will be no, excuse me, man in a business suit, can you fix up this $350 bill? Even though you're not ready and you're not done, That's bullshit. And you know it. Like, it's one thing for him to do that and for you to feel like that, but imagine the dude that had to fucking go up to Lance and tell him, hey, like, bro, I don't want to go tell him, like, we didn't do this. This is the first time I've been told to do this.
Especially to be put in that situation, eh? And let's say this person whoever he is, whether he was white, black, purple,
Mm.
I'm sure, like we were talking earlier, I'm sure he was put in an awkward
Bro, to be honest,
position
he
to come
wouldn't
up
want
to
do it,
a
bro.
group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what we talked about as well. It's like it probably it wasn't him. He probably got prompted to come up to us by whoever the supervisor was or whoever the bar manager was at the time. And so I don't really blame the. I reckon probably the delivery of the message could have been a little bit better, but yeah, the whole situation was just like crazy, a little bit.
Oh, definitely the delivery, because that I mean, it's not a bad thing to ask somebody to pay their bill, if you do it the right way. Like if you do it, oh, I don't know,
or just pull me to the side, right?
yeah, like
his first question. His first question was, "Hey man, are you the one paying the bill?" Because I was the one that was. Because I was the one that was telling him.
I watched the toilet here, bro. Anything I can help you?
Yeah, because I was going, just order whatever my family wants. That's what we do, right? When we go out, you've been out with us, Muffy. That's what we do. So yeah, he must have just figured out that I was the one, like probably the elder, the old guy at the bar with their kids. Yeah, so he could have just said, "Oh, look, can I speak to you for a minute? Away from my family." I would have been all good with it, but he didn't. So, and that's where the training comes in, and that's where that's where the criticism. So it's a really it's a shit situation to go through, but the outcome of it now, and their response is pretty positive. So I would just hate for another Islander family to go through that.
In that situation, and let's say there's someone out there that's may come across it in the coming days. What will be your advice for them to take on? Like, how would you give advice to these people, or families or whatever who are going through or going to experience that? How would you want them to approach it? Because the way you approached it was, I wouldn't take it like that. It would have been, anger from the get-go, and nothing would have resolved. It would have just went straight to like, F this, F that. Drink your drink. Some Once We Warriors shit. Hey.
Oh man, don't get me wrong. I was pretty pissed off. I was pretty angry, but I didn't want to react because one, my family were there, and I didn't want to set a really bad example for them of how you shouldn't react. And two, if I had caused a scene or run amok in the bar, then I'd be the one in the news. I'd be the one that gets punished for it, like charged and being told not to come to Sky City anymore, when it actually wasn't my fault. So those are the things that like I thought about. Like if I get angry now, one, I'll get kicked out of the bar. I would not be allowed back in here. But it's like, wait, hold on. Who's the one that started this whole situation? So like, and then I'll be the stereotype that's in the news or in stuff.co.nz being talked about this Polynesian guy that caused havoc or caused a scene at Sky City over the weekend.
With his gang of 8.
Yeah,
gang
exactly.
Of hooligans.
Yeah.
The narrative that the media will portray us as poly will be in an attacking form. Yeah.
So my advice would just be like, what I did was I closed the tab. I was like, okay, I'm not spending any more money at Andy's bar, and we just walked out. And then my other little cousins went over to Mafioso's house where there's safety, and they found refuge at Muffy's house, which I'm always appreciative of. Like they're always going over there, and Mike's always been welcoming of the boys. So
you just feel like the old uncles when we're not that old.
Totally. But I'm always grateful for that, Mike. Like for
And
my cousins and my usos to be able to come over to yours and chill out and calm down and also somewhere where they're safe as well.
oh, bro, it's yeah. I mean, you want your family to be safe 100% of the time that they're not in your line of sight, you know. So, bro, it's just the norms, for anyone,
Yeah.
really. For me, it's getting the text when they've left my house, getting the text when they've got home. That's like, oh, we're home now. Seki, that's me. I'm off to sleep. You know? So that's what it's all about at the end of the day. Because it's one thing to have a good time, and then it's another to be safe.
Mm.
And in the industry I am in, you could be safe up until you're drunk at the club, massive scrap, a smashed bottle stabbed. There's gang members, there's everything. I've seen it all. I've DJed in town and everywhere for like so many years, and man, it's come down to my safety as well. So it's all about safety these days. To be honest, there's so many drugs out there, people doing stupid things. Safety is paramount.
Yeah, that's it. And the other thing is just like and be constructive. Like, you know, when you don't just let it go anymore. Like, you know, I think sometimes we take humility to the core for our islander people, to the point where we actually don't say anything. It's not a bad thing to speak up, you know, anymore. So being able to be confident in yourself, and especially if you didn't do anything wrong, like you have the right to speak out and push back and tell them that's no longer adequate.
100%, man.
I think it'll be like
to fight the giants, eh?
Yeah, and I think it's like
whatever situation.
More so put on maybe our generation or our era of siblings or kids at the time, because our age, Lance, this is the age where we are educated. We've grown up in New Zealand long enough to know. We've been through some crazy shit in the world, COVID, racism, you know, Black Lives Matter and all that. So we should be in our families, our generation, our age group should be the ones correcting and not letting things slide these days. On behalf of our parents, if it happens to them, on behalf of our younger siblings, our friends and shit like that. So we are the ones that are educated. We are the ones who goes, oh, hang on a minute, or you just fucked up there, bro. Like, you know, that's not how it goes these days, eh? Like, it's different now. And I have every right to open my mouth. I'm smart enough to challenge you on what you've just put me or said to me. So I think in the past we've kind of been a bit embarrassed to like argue back, or we just let them be
That's
right.
It. You think everything's
these days,
your fault?
Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no. You know?
Yeah. You think everything's your fault, like even though you know you're right, at the end of the day you're right, but then a part of you, like that small part of you, is like, nah, don't do anything. It's gonna make stuff worse, or it's gonna, you know.
Yeah, well, everything's an education piece, I suppose. So, for me, is like if we've got our little brothers and sisters and our little nephews and nieces watching as well, it's like it sort of gives them confidence to be able to be themselves and you know, and be able to stand up for themselves if they were in a similar situation. And that's really what I was hoping out of this. It wasn't compensation. It wasn't telling them to provide me with a 5-star like Sky City experience or whatever the case may be. It was more of trying to educate them and trying to give them some information to help their training a little bit better, so that our fellow islanders don't experience this again.
Education, or educating the I guess Andy's bar on how to act properly when we have our poly, or not even poly, you know, anyone that's there to be put in the position that they were in. And yeah, you hit it right on the head, Lance. You know, the manager may have, he's had a slight feeling, oh, these guys are not going to pay it. Let's tell them to pay for it now. Let's educate these kind of people, because at the end of the day, even though I say, it doesn't matter what kind of people, it's us polys that get that sort of backlash. We're the people that get told, we're not good enough, or we don't have enough money, or for whatever reason we should be told, hey, come on, do this, do that. It shouldn't be the case. And you've handled it, I guess, in the best way it could be sorted, lads.
I just don't want our Islander people to stop going places because they might feel like that. Like anywhere they go, restaurant, a new location, a new destination that they've never been before. I want them to be confident to be able to just be themselves when they go to these different places and experience new things as well.
Oh, I just had this this is probably not on the same level as you guys, as your experience, Lance, but I go to this petrol station up the road, a mobile one, and some nights, or the nights that I've been going off my wife, when you fill your tank up, they go, oh, it's on prepay or whatever. But the nights I have been going with my wife and she's been going up, she goes, oh, can we get fill? And they're like, yes, we did. So I jump out and fill it up, right? A couple of days later, a week later, went to fill up my car. So I went up, and we go around the same time, because when the kids are down or when it's dark, then we go in. Went up to the same guy, and he goes, oh, it's prepay. How much you want to put down? I was like, bro, my wife comes in here like quite often, and we use this petrol station to fill up the cars. And you've let her fill her tank, but why not me? He goes, oh, no, it's not against you. I was like, what? And see, I didn't react in the same way you did. I just said, this is fucking bullshit, and I just took off, But I had a few words to say to him, nice words to say to him, like, oh, is it because how I look, Is it because I'm black?
Yeah.
And
that's a sad truth, man.
Yeah, and at that time, they, it was packed too, so maybe he was under the pump. I don't know, and maybe he has rules for different colored people. Maybe I always made excuses, like I was saying, I had a hoodie on, I looked like a fucking hoodlum, but still, at least I took it off and I go, oh, I have my phone. I don't want to pay whatever amount, and I don't get that amount. And he goes, oh, I'll pay you back. I was like, but that's not the point. The point is you've done it before, and I've seen it, and on many occasions. But now you've changed the way you're doing stuff. It's on a smaller scale, I guess. But man, it happens, and like it happens, and you might not even know.
But it's not even on a smaller scale, Tiz. That's the thing about it. It's like each of these incidences, like end up in the same situation, like end up making us feel exactly the same. And like my little brother said, it's the little things, and when you start experiencing those little things, like every so often, or it becomes the norm, which is the sad part. We now start putting up with these norms that we've put ourselves up in, because every time I get to the petrol station, I'm happy to just do prepay. Or every time I go to Andy's bar or whatever restaurant, I will prepay my dinner or whatever, or put down a tab just to make people feel at ease that we have the ability to pay, or we can hold our own. But that's the sad part, right? Is we have to put up with these norms that we've now made for ourselves because we're afraid of being treated like that or being stereotyped.
That's it, eh? Like I was saying, it's the small. It doesn't matter. Like I just thought about it too. It doesn't matter how small it is or how big it is. Everything, it's still under the same banner, and it should be approached in I don't know how you say it, educated way, but still it happens, and doesn't matter how small it is.
Yep. Yeah, I think I mentioned last time I was on that when I first started off, weren't many brown people in IT or in what I did. So anytime I walked into a room, I felt like I was out of place, or the people didn't know or didn't realize that I was the one running the workshop, for example. And catching up with people in Melbourne as well, some of the islanders in Melbourne. I spoke to one lady she's got a PhD, and she said that she was she was running her workshop, and she was just at the table preparing, and one of the attendees came up to her and asked her, if she could order a coffee. Wow. But she was the one that owned the workshop and was running it, and this attendee just came up to her and started ordering coffees to her. So yeah, those are some of the things that happen to our people. But again, it's little things that doesn't warrant a whole rally or a whole march. But it's things that we live with day to day, which we suffer in silence most of the time.
For real. Golly.
I know, man.
I guess it's all sorted. Everything all sorted now with Andy's bar and I guess the outcome that you've gotten from.
Yeah, I'm happy with the response that they gave. They sent me an email apologizing and explaining that it wasn't the norm. And they followed up with a phone call, which they said that they would, which was tonight as well. So, and they are sending me like a $100 voucher, food and beverage voucher to use at anywhere in Sky City. So, again, the actions of the guy who came up to me was probably prompted by somebody else. So I'm not really angry at him. I think the delivery could have been better, but that's the training that they will now have because of our situation that we went through. I probably won't be going back to Sky City anytime soon.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I want to get it.
Yeah.
Thanks for the voucher, though. Fuck.
Yeah. So I might just give the voucher out to somebody else although I probably don't want them to experience the same thing that I went through. So. Bit of those catch-22 type situations, I suppose. But I'm sure I'll be able to find someone in my family that wants a voucher. Hey, Swanky.
Hey, house. My boy.
Kia ora.
Sorry,
Kia ora,
I forgot to
matua,
knock the door.
Swanky.
The door was open. Just came through.
I just looking at.
Someone
Is
left
that a
the door
mustache? Is that a mustache? Frankie?
open. Just
Are we
it's a little mustache.
the mustache?
How you?
How you gonna just finish work?
Yo, just finished work. I've been listening through the
Okay.
Oso story.
How would you react?
What was
Jules?
your yeah.
Would you grow some hair and go Super Saiyan or what?
Oh, I'll just walk out and make the. I'll just walk out and not pay the bill.
Whoa.
So we've got takers out there, Lance.
Good old nerd. Yeah, that's my little cousin. They actually ended up at Mafioso's house afterwards.
Well, Dutch.
Oh no. Well, have you seen these boys? They are like big boys.
Yeah.
They're like offensive linemen.
Yeah. Football team. Yeah, they're all my cousins that I went with. Made
That's
me
probably the
look
other
short.
problem, right? Yeah, they're like
That's why.
the young
They're huge.
in age, but massive.
Yeah, they're 6'3", 6'4". So they tower over me. They have to go look after the old man. That's why.
And and to Muffy for having that safe place for the boys to come and unwind, take some stress out.
It was very safe.
It was under the stars,
How
right?
safe?
It was very safe.
Just follow the
Do
stars.
you guys have karaoke or?
Not that time. Not time. I think we're allowed enough. We're allowed enough with my neighbors, so we didn't need to break out the karaoke machine that night.
I was good.
I swear you want to know he
Credit
was
to,
he was doing that.
I was praying for us.
He was praying.
I was praying for us to get home safely.
What about the stresses of train drivers? Like like in the news the other day, someone got wrecked or got run over by a freight train. Like, do you guys get training for handling those type of situations and all those stresses?
Both?
Training, not so much. I think we got your what is it? Counseling services?
Your standard EAP 3 days.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
We've got that on hand.
3 days off. EAP counseling. I think it's 2 sessions or something like that.
Right.
But other than that, like, that's about it.
When you get into the role of becoming training to become drivers, they make you aware that you may come across it because touch wood, there's drivers that have gone through multiple, and there's drivers that's been a part of driving for many years, 10 plus years, and they haven't
Had one.
hit anyone. Yeah. So it's unfortunate that the drivers that do go through it, I don't know I don't know what help they get, but the help that's been available to us is like what Swanky said. There's counselling. I think there's 3 free sessions. I think they offer. Yeah. So, and there's one of the boys that actually jump online with us. Jump on the chat. Oh, sorry, jump on the panel. Louis, he's actually gone through one himself. So, yeah. I mean, it's even scarier just if there's like a dog or cat that just runs across. Your heart fucking jumps out of your chest. They're like, oh shit.
You got to remember, I think the size. People don't realize the size of these things and how heavy they are. We can't even swerve to miss you. Like, we can just put our brakes on and then
we put our brakes on
for
with
the
our hands and our feet.
please.
We don't have brakes down there.
Well, and this is in training. One of the trainers said, all you gotta do is put the brakes on and just look away.
Look away.
The last thing you see is that person looking at you.
Yeah.
And it's gonna stay with you for forever.
So please choose another way, or just don't do it at all. Like, please jump
Or
on
come
the
have a
podcast
chat. Yeah.
and chat to
Jump on
us.
the podcast.
Don't jump on the
follow
backs
the stars
and
to Muffy's house.
sit in front of my train because boy, I'm gonna run you over. Shit.
And
That's crazy.
Like,
I think
because
yeah, you get this.
sorry, it happens in slow motion. Like yesterday, I reported trespassers, and what they may have using the track as a shortcut, and it happens. So these 2 people were walking basically right next to the track, and you see it right in front of you, and you have, I think, split seconds to react, and then it's just up to how fast or how good your brakes are. The brakes on the trains are pretty good.
Don't even matter.
But it doesn't matter because you can't stop how many tons?
Like 300 ton, eh?
Yeah, traveling at that speed, you're doing on some lines 110 k's.
Yeah.
So you do the maths. There's nothing you can actually do. But mentally, when I'm driving, in the back of my head, I don't want to think that I'm going to hit someone, but you kind of have to have it in the back of your head, because if you be in denial about it, the day it happened, it'll really affect you, and I hope it doesn't happen to any of us. touch wood, doesn't happen to any of the staff at work too. But it's just the industry we're in, and especially during Christmas, the holidays, there's a lot of people that want to use
Sad and
Stressed
left
out.
out. And, yeah.
Stressed out, financial issues and feeling a bit down.
That's it. It comes down to
I think the words that they use in training, the words they use in training is not if, it's when.
Win. Yeah.
It's like not if it happens,
100%.
it's when it happens, and that's for us. That's what we get on in our courses for driving and stuff. So
That's another thing I don't like, how the people put the memorial things on the side of the track. Like, I understand from their side, right? But for us, the drivers, especially
Every
the
day.
driver going through it, that's a
Daily
constant
reminder.
for him.
Yeah.
That happened there.
And we see a lot of it
that's
too, man. Like there's so many places where there's crosses put up,
Flowers and stuff.
flowers there. Just feel for the people that actually.
Like, we understand for the
experience
families, but drivers as well, man. It's not.
This is from Alexa.
No.
I don't know if this is referring to the boys, but do the drivers know how to park their real cars?
we don't drive Chryslers, so I already spoke to you about this.
There's no evidence.
From what I heard, there's a lot of crazy people at our job, and where they park their cars, they don't care about other people's cars, so they'll just let their door. Yeah. That's the reason why those people park like that. Just from what I heard.
Oh, since I dropped one.
Yeah, one's comment. All right, that's pretty tough.
Yeah, we go. Just one of the Usos, Juan Collado from work.
Juan.
He's been working with us. But Swanky, you can read it
Hey.
for our listeners out there.
Oh, you go for shot one. I just said, evening boys, I had a suicide when I was driving trucks. Was offered counseling, but to be honest, it didn't help. I just found my own outlet to deal with it. I remember just feeling profound sadness and anger. And this is 15 odd years ago, but I still remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah, that's got to be tough, eh?
Yeah.
Like,
People are different.
It's hard to say because it's different for everyone. Everyone reacts differently.
Even to death, people react differently to death. Like we, as islanders, we like, man, it's like a fuck. People on your street have no idea what the hell's going on at your house when someone dies. There's like cars at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning pulling up, people singing. There's
I wonder if those one gets like triggered, like some stuff trigger him, or.
And for those who don't know, Juan, he's he held himself, and with him saying that, I guess, man, thank you for sharing that. One, he's not one to share, I guess, something like that. He's a hard man, but shit, to go through that and still remember like yesterday. Remember it was like yesterday. Flip. So the counselling maybe in that case didn't work for him. And maybe it doesn't work, but it's just the time of healing, right? I don't know. We try our best to, as men, mask it, but that's a.
Yeah, I think you guys mentioned it last week as well. Like, when we talk about seeking professional help, professional help might not even be helpful for some people either. So, like, you just got to find the medium that's helpful for you and what you're going through, and just make sure that you've surrounded with someone that knows what you're going through and is supportive of the troubled times that you might be experiencing as well. Because the boys last week, man, those stories were, I think it was, what's his name? MCT Raw.
Yeah, Tino.
Like hearing that raw
Shout out
emotion
to,
from MCT Raw last week. All right.
Oh, yeah, that's one again. Shot one.
So yeah, from one for the listeners that do listen on a podcast. Again, he just said, "I'm good, boys. I do feel for those involved when it happens. Tragic on all levels." Man, yeah, bro, it's crazy because you don't know what your reaction will be when it happens. But I know for me, nearly hitting a cat or nearly, near miss a cat, a dog, shit, that's trauma straight away. I'm like, oh shit. It just surprises you because at any time they just run across. Just imagine a human, someone standing there. Although they give you the steps on what to do, like Swanky said, for us, because we're in a seat, and everything's at the touch of our hands. To brake is just a lever. You pull it back and look away. But sometimes people freeze. They might just brake and then look, and then what can they do? Even though you've been taught it, it's just a different way of. Some people go through the reaction a bit different to everyone.
Sorry, Lance. I don't know if anyone asked this question before, but are you satisfied with the outcome of your case?
Yeah, I was just explaining it just before you jumped on. I am. So they sent me an email apologizing and telling me that that's not how Sky City's customer experience should be. They don't have a policy of reaching out to people and telling them to pay early, regardless of how low or how high it is. And so they followed up with a call just before I jumped on the podcast as well. Again, he was very apologetic and he was just saying sorry, and that they now have
for another visit, or
I was just saying they're sending me $100 voucher for food and beverage, but I was like, I said to him, I probably won't be at Sky City for a while. But I think one of my cousins have put their hand up to take the voucher. So
Nurge is the winner.
Good old Nurge. Nah, it was the other one. Nurge, Nino.
Yeah, just go order $200 worth of food and just give them 100 and walk out. Like a boss, just chuck the thing on the ground now.
And then get on the ground. Yeah, so Swicky, I am satisfied with the alcohol. I like it's all. Mike was saying, sort of glad that it happened to me, because we can educate others, and make it, not make it a norm.
That's what's good with social media. Like we can put it on blast. Like we have like a way of putting places like that on blast.
Mm.
Oh, 100%, 100%, and using social media as a platform to do that. It's amazing because I was talking to Muffy before the show, and I was saying, what's good about these bad things about social media, and these also good things that can come out of social media. And with Lance's case, having people share that info, having people share what happened, and because Andy's Burger or Sky City knows what could happen, and I'm glad the outcome was the best outcome for the USO. But it can reach a potential of them having the media standing outside their outlet and saying, what the F's going on, Because nothing is too small.
I'm sure it happens more often, like not only at Andy's, but
100%, bro, 100%.
But for us, like I think I heard Lance say, humility, we just take it on the chin. Like, no. It's like, I think that gets us in trouble. Like we're setting ourselves up for that to be the norm. I think Lance was saying before. Yeah. And it allows them to just keep doing that when it's not right.
We should never fold. Never fold.
Yes.
We never fold.
As the great Matua said, never fold.
Don't fold. You're giving them the upper hand.
We don't want them. We don't want it to be the norm.
We're all on the same level, no matter what. Suit, track pants. You don't know what the next person's doing. You don't know what they're capable of, how smart they are. Might even be useless, but who's to know? So just treat everyone equally and we'll get along, man. Like fuck.
Yes,
hell.
it's not their job to judge.
Yes.
And I've actually done that when I was younger too. When I used to work with my old man at doing aluminium joinery, and people off the street will just come in and get a quote on windows and doors. And I had this. There was a Tongan man. He came. It was only staff. It was a staff only area. He came in with his jandals, like shorts, and just wasn't dressed normally like how people came through the office. And I came through and he spoke to him and goes, "Hey, I'm wanting to buy this," and he was pointing at all this other like stiff stuff we've just ready to ship out. I go, "Oh," and I automatically assumed that he was wanting to get a job here because of the way he was dressed. This is me. I was like, "Oh, you want a job?" And he didn't have. I'm not being an asshole, but didn't have the best English, and it was hard to understand. So I was like, "Oh, if you want a job, talk to this man." And I pointed, and he goes, "No, how much is this?" And then after all of it, I sent him to the office where gets the manager in that order. And then I found out later on, this guy owns like a corporate company and 10 plus houses, and he was actually after buying that thing. So I do it. I did it in a way that I thought stereotype straight away. Looked at the guy and thought he wanted a job, but it happens, And I've done it myself. It's not on purpose, but it's just the way I looked, yeah.
I think, yeah.
Don't do it.
I've been in a situation. People don't really know, but I was a corrections officer for like 2 years, and probably the worst unit in Warri Men's Prison, high security. And the one thing I really learned from there was there was no face of a criminal. There was no that person looks like a criminal. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as that, and there's also you're not there to judge that person. Like he's already been judged. He's locked up in jail for a reason. He's you're there to treat him, like how you're supposed to treat people. I think people have an idea of prison officer. You go beat them up. You go be rough with them. You treat them like shit. When it's not actually like that. And that's just this whole thought that somebody has in their mind. And it's not only one person; it's a whole shitload of people that think like that. So I think it's like, it's for me. It comes down to being like not educated enough to know the facts. And bro, when I say that there is no face of a criminal, you've got a normal old man that looks like your uncle, who was the guy that you read in the paper last week for burning his wife and her boyfriend in the car in Peptoy type of thing. And this guy just looks like a normal dude. Like he's not rude, he's not rough, he's not a dick. He's just normal, eh? He just had a moment, did what he did. Now he's a criminal, or now he's locked up.
Now he's paying time, yeah.
Yeah. So there's
it's not your job.
It never pays to be that guy who's going to judge somebody, eh? Just treat people like you're supposed to be treated, eh? That's how it should be, really. Yeah, it's always a no. Just be nice, man. It's like we need more of that in the world anyway. Like, fucking just be nice to everybody. It's easy to be an asshole.
We've been dropping bombs. We've been generalizing stereotype for so long. Hey, you guys see how there was an article and stuff trying to get Police 10-7 cancelled?
Yep.
Because it sort of puts us on...
Exploiting us.
Yeah.
And making money off Māori and Pacifica people being locked up.
Never thought of it like that, to be honest.
Should it be cancelled, boys, or...
The Mihaka people, or
keep the case number
to me
one.
personally, to me personally, if it's more Pacific Islanders and Pacific Island and Māori people, um, causing these crimes or doing these crimes, yeah, put them on TV, But at the same time, if there's more people, more whites or European, or if the stats show that they're doing it, then yeah, put them on top. But what I see on the stats these days is it's more Māori and Pacific Islanders. Yeah, you shouldn't use that to. But I just look at it as a normal person, like, bro, if they're causing the crime, bro, blast them.
Regardless of what you are. Yeah.
That's just, yeah, like, this is what goes back to what Muffy was saying. Crime doesn't have a color, or a face. So if they're doing it, blast them. And then you can look, like, for me, I only take things on face value if it's there and they've caused a crime. Go through the necessary steps to do whatever. But if they haven't and they've actually blasted them, then it's their fault for blasting them for doing something they didn't do.
Yeah, and I think it depends on the intent of the show as well. Like there's a big difference of Crime Watch to Police 10-7. Crime Watch used to be about, do you know this? Have you seen this person? Because we want to bring them in and we want to find them.
Yeah.
Versus Police 10-7 it's more about comedy, and it's more about like what do you call it? Like just a normal TV show that's taking the piss almost.
Yeah.
Where like so you see the different intents. Yeah. So the different intents, right? And they sell it overseas to Australia and all the other countries because they find it funny.
Mongrel.
It's good TV, hey. It's good TV for them. So they sell it like that.
Yeah, and we're celebrating being locked up too. Yeah, so for me, it just depends on the intent.
Oh, yo, one
again with the good questions out there.
Charles.
This is from Juan Collado. Police 10-7 don't cover fraud or pedophilia. Is all that is guaranteed? Even the demographic. And to be fair, it's usually our people doing dumb shit. Lol, it's all about ratings, brothers.
Yeah, it is.
That's it. All about the ratings.
Yeah, and that's what they show, the dumb shit that we do.
Because the crews are south, man. They're not up there, not up north or out west.
But bro, and on the same, while we're at it, on the same shit that the media do and the ratings, how about Joseph Parker's the way they're handling his case and how the media and everything that came out about him, put him in a light where, oh, he's done this, but they haven't. At the end of it, they didn't say. Oh, they did say they didn't charge him, but what they're portraying him is to be one of the guys involved. But yet, where is he now? He's left the country. Yeah, that's good. But what they've been running this case for how many years? A couple of years, 2 years, 3 years. Still, the man leaving the country, coming back, doing his thing. Nothing happened to him, which is what I hate about what they do. And that's something that the media do to us pollies as well. Put us out there, say we've done this, actually haven't charged us, and then all of a sudden, hey,
especially also
he's probably lost sponsorship or something.
Big name, yeah. Because I heard they didn't release the businessman's name in the estate in Rimera or something like that. But they were quick to release Parker's. Like, did he get name suppression?
Well, he was in the name suppression. What do you call it? Joseph Parker, and then it lapsed. But still, there's so many athletes, and I'm just, and like you said, poly and Māori people are always put out there. But then you see the white people that have been involved, you never hear their name, and when you do, it's only like once. Another comment from the Uzo.
Shot for
One coming through. It's awesome.
You should just jump on the Chat there, one.
So Mr. Collado said again,
on the
trying to bring
live.
and also down. The man is a champion and a gentleman. The media sells on bad press. That's the sad truth. And again, at six balls having to type shit out. I've already sent you the. Did you not get the link, Uzo? And another question from someone on the chat. Sorry, we didn't have a name. We can quickly get that up. Hi guys, I think police shows the world over show a certain demographic to get the ratings. As you say, it makes good TV. So yes, they are biased. Good conversation, guys. Oh, cheers, mate.
Cheers, man.
Can we find out who that is? It's probably Jeremiah.
Hey,
He's always been undercover. Shout out, hey guys. Thanks for the chat tonight. This is a. Oh, sorry. I want to just apologize to everyone last week and the week before. We've been running late due to some of the problems we've been having with audio, with our video we needed to post up. But moving forward, all our shows will be at 8 p.m. from now on, just so we can keep consistency.
Yes. Yo, and that comment was from Donald Pride. You remember Donald? What's up, Donald?
Oh, yo,
Donald,
he's in Australia. He's my man. One of the OG drivers.
OG drivers.
Thanks, Donald. Thanks for coming
how's
through.
Aussie, mate? How's Aussie, mate?
So he's driving in Aussie now. Whereabouts? Melbourne, I think. I think so. No, Sydney. He's a train driver there.
Yeah, Donald, you're not
All our train people around the world.
you must be making money like Donald Trump now.
Oh, yo. Yeah, so we just want a huge apology to everyone that were tuning in last 2 weeks. That's the new word for tonight is tuning in.
Oh, man.
Tuning
Hey,
in, man.
Hey, right there,
Come on.
Junior. Hey, right there, Junior.
So yeah, we apologize, but from now on we will be moving forward, and 8 p.m. will be our definite starting time. So
Yes.
8 p.m.
Thank
Is
you
that-
to the
is that correct, boys?
He gave me the
And the feedback.
We'll be
We
consistent.
we
Consistent and
we-
show
we
us
thank
be
everyone.
consistent with his showing up on the panel.
No, and it's thank you for the feedback too, because without feedback, I guess we'll be running our shows at 11 p.m., 12 a.m.,
11:30, 10, 10:30.
expecting our viewers to follow us.
in our defense, we are shift workers. So, like, there'll always be just one person on, but it's a team effort. Team effort. Now that we have Lance, I think we'll be a little bit better.
Now that Lance has accepted our offer of becoming one of the admins, and now we have to stick to 8 p.m. every Thursdays because our new boss has said it.
Yeah.
I knew I shouldn't have given their feedback. Damn it!
Hey, that was you. You just gave it to him.
Nah, but again, like it's really good to hear from people. If you have feedback for us, or if you have topics you want to discuss or want us to talk about, please, man, come through. Tell us. Message one of us. Message our page. There's always someone that's online, or jump on the Mafia show. He's always jamming on PS. So again,
Yes, maybe.
Anything else you want to add before we go into closing off with some advice? Nah, sweet Muffy. We'll start with yours.
Oh man,
Oh.
me. Oh no.
Swanky,
What's up?
did you want to say something?
Oh no, Juan, just run it back. Shop one. He just commented.
Oh,
Awesome
sweet.
interaction, boys. Wish you caught the first half of the show. Have a blessed night and Guess he's betting against the Broncos.
Thank you, Juan, for tuning in.
Shout
Big
out
Will.
all.
Thanks, Juan, for the picks too.
Awesome
I've
one.
just joined the old TAB.
Hey, man, this guy is very experienced.
My man,
Well,
he's
good
a
luck.
go-to for multis. But yeah, sorry, back to Muffy.
For me, this week would be break the norms. That's not good for you. Break that shit that we accept. It's not good for you, and you know it's not good for you. Don't do it. Don't accept it. Speak up, and be proud of our people. That's me.
Oh.
Thank you.
All right, very nice, very nice.
Shot Matua.
Ui.
Shot koro.
Fuck.
Kia ora koro.
Nah, before we move on to Lance, thanks to Muffy for I think creating that space for the boys to come over after that experience. So
100%.
he
Man.
not only talks about it, he actually does. He walks the walk, and we all know that. We all know him, Muffy. He's a man of his word, and he wears his heart on his sleeve. Thanks, kia ora koro.
Kia ora, matua.
Back to you, Lance. Sorry, Us.
So good. Like for me, it's just back yourself. So yeah, don't, like Muffy said, don't let these small things become the norm. You know, if something's not right, just educate the person who's done that to you, or the organization that's done that to you. Educate them so that you know, the next person or the next islander or our nieces, our nephews, our kids, or even any of our relatives don't experience that as well, because that'll suck if that happened every single week to some of our people.
And especially if you could have helped, but you didn't, by not saying what you should have, or could have. So yeah, 100%, 110%, lads. Shot for that.
Shot boys, shot us. Oi.
Oi.
I thought that, bro, I can't say anything else after Lance. Oh, that was mic drop.
Swanky.
Mic drop.
See,
Is that how we end the show?
I can't. That's it, bro. Just like the boys said, don't accept, don't make it the norm. Speak out when something's not right. Don't be afraid to stand up for your rights. But yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. The message for tonight. Shout to those Lance for handling things the way he did.
Handling it, accepting our offer, and you're the man.
I'm gonna do a one and just, you know, help out through the chat, guys.
Like the brothers have been saying, you know, Lance basically said everything. And on the topic of racial profiling, we shouldn't accept it as the norm. You know, this is probably. I actually enjoyed this, even though this show, even though like most of the stuff we come up with are off the cuff, like tonight, especially having Lance. And I think Lance saved our show. Lance saved our show today, so thank you, Lance, for coming through and sharing that experience, because it shouldn't be tolerated. You shouldn't be made to feel the way the family has felt, and credit to Lance for sorting it out and educating people out there, all Andy's Burgers and Sky. So in turn, I hope they educate their staff to treat people a lot better. The advice I want to take away is, as I've actually, you know, the story I shared, I've kind of, what would you say? I've kind of been that person that's actually looked at someone and judged them. So I've moved on from that. You know, I would like to say I've matured a lot since, and I don't look at people like that anymore. Honestly,
I think we
Just
all
a
have,
voice,
though,
but,
Tess.
Yes,
We all have, right? We're all guilty of it. So it's not just you, man.
yeah. So I've moved on to it, and it's also good to hear the brothers' experience, because without that experience, and we harp on about it every episode before the episode, some of the intro that we share is the experiences that you do have, someone else may be going through it, or maybe someone else in the future may experience it. So thank you, Lance. And I kind of just beat it around the bush and not giving it advice. No advice from me, because shit.
You can't say anything on top of the boss. You just have to add on to what the boss said.
I'm gonna leave it
I'm
as
just
it is.
like,
We're gonna roll
sure,
it out
just
with
add on.
Lance.
Thank you, Lance.
So, again,
I love
we
this.
appreciate everyone's feedback 100%. It doesn't matter where you are. If you've tuned into one of our episodes, if you have anything you can, I don't know, offer, maybe improve, message us, message our new boss, Lance.
Or even jump on. Like, honestly, it's so like I know that I've been hanging around from chat and firing you guys shots from the chat, but it's actually it's quite good to actually have a chat with the boys. So I'm really
Yes, it
appreciative
is.
of that. But you still haven't sold me, so I'm gonna jump off for another 2 weeks.
Hey, you still got to remember. You still got to remember when we pulled Fui off. We pulled Fui. He came, jumped on our show. The one thing I still remember that he told me after the show was how refreshing it was to talk to other guys similar age and to have that kind of maturity in the conversation. So, like what Lance said, firing from the side and then actually jumping on is just almost going to be there. It's going to be that breath of fresh air that you might need, eh? Like, you never know. So, yeah, we're always
we got to get him back on. We got to get him back on because I've actually got a story about Fui. So we'll get him on and we'll share the story.
We'll try and get him on next week.
Definitely, he's keen.
The boss has
Fui's
spoken.
keen.
Get him on next week.
Yeah. Okay. Roger that.
Messaging.
So again, thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in with us.
Thank you.
I'm Teza.
Sorry, can you say again?
Not for your show.
And this is our new boss, Lance.
Lance.
Shot
Yeah, Lance.
for the Boys podcast. Am I running
And
this
if there's
out, or
anyone-
are you running this out?
There's anyone that wants to sponsor us as well, let us know.
Yes. Thank you, boss. Thank you.